G'day guys, Ash from Tackle World Miami. And if you love nothing more than a really good night's sleep when you're off the beaten track on your next camping, hiking adventure, whatever it may be, I've just had a really good chat to Alan from Cedar Summit about all things Cedar Summit and all things sleep system. Whether it's air or compressed foam, whether it's pillows, sleeping bags, whatever it may be. Watch this next vid. You might pick up a few ideas on what you next need for your best night's sleep on your next adventure. All right, so we've been out, we've had a fantastic day out, fishing, boating, hiking, camping, whatever it might be, and we've cooked up a feed, cooked up a storm, we've had a bit of a wipe, we're a little bit clean. It's time to go to sleep. Now there's so many sleep mats, sleep systems on the market. How do I know what I need for what I'm doing?
Look, at Cedar Summit we pride ourselves on being able to supply and provide all the ultimate solutions for a great night's sleep in the outdoors. Whether that be you're heading four-wheel driving and want a 10cm plush thick self-inflating mat, or you're heading out to the great outdoors bushwalking and you still want a plush 10cm worth of comfort for the ether. So we've got a really broad range of mats in our air-sprung cell range, but also a self-inflating range. And pretty much between our two ranges of mats, we've pretty much got a mat to suit everybody.
Why do I need this guy and when do I need him? Okay, I'm thinking when weight's a factor, when space is a factor, so hiking, backpack work, tight spaces, all those sorts of things. When I'm just going and I've got plenty, and I've got the Forby, and I just want the most ultimate sleep mattress, whatever it is, I'm going for this guy here, which still, seriously, for the size and thickness of it, compacts down so much. And then the middle ground, we've got these sorts of mats, combination of foam and air, that we can use on stretchers, just to add that little tiny bit more comfort on the top, or on the ground, whatever suits.
So pretty much we've got in our range of mats, so the air-sprung cell, so the air-sprung cell mats that require a pump sack that I'll show you in a tick, and then your self-inflating mats. Your self-inflating mats, you've got something like your Comfort Light here. This guy is something that you could take on a comfortable bushwalk. It's going to give you 5 centimetres worth of comfort. It's got an R value, which is a thermal efficiency rating of 3.1, so it's going to give you a good amount of warmth, give you some insulation from the ground, and be not a bad little option. So the nice thing about this, guys, is not an outrageously expensive mat. It's an entry-level mat, comfortable, self-inflating with foam. But then you go, well, I'm not sure I want 5 centimetres. I might want something a little bit more comfortable, perhaps, a little bit more plush.
I need a bit more.
Then you come to something like our ether mat. So this is from our air-sprung cell range. So this guy needs to be inflated by our fantastic pump sack, and I'll show you that in action in a couple of ticks. So this guy is 10 centimetres thick when it's blown up to full comfort. Weighs in at 490 grams, so is super lightweight. Has an R value, so that insulation value again of 3.2. Now that's pretty much warm enough for anything conditions-wise you're going to find in WA. And here we have it inflated up.
That is nuts. To think all that fits in there. 400 grams, and it is
super comfortable.
Seriously cool.
Now, while you've got that up there, I might actually show an extra little sneaky feature on this guy. So, our new Cedar Summit pillows all come with this new pillow lock system feature. And what that means is the sleeping mat comes with these 4 hook and loop tabs that you can stick nicely to your sleeping mat. And then when you place your pillow on it, your pillow will then stick to your mat. Now, it seems like a really simple thing, but how many times have you lost your pillow in the middle of the night? Those little details is what gives you a better night's sleep and a better experience in the outdoors in general. Now, the cool thing about the Cedar Summit mats with the air-sprung cell, which is quite unique to us, is that each cell performs independently. Now, what that means is when you apply pressure to one cell here, the air from that cell goes to the surrounding cells. Now, what that means is when you lay on it, your weight evenly distributes the air through the mat. So you have a really stable night's sleep. So you don't feel like you're going to roll off it or fall off it. It also means your body sinks into it really nicely, so you have a really good night's sleep.
100%.
Yeah, super comfortable. And then, do you want to show how we can adjust that?
I've used one of these, and I think one of the things that people think when they first jump on, because we pretty much inflate it tight.
Yep.
So I inflate it tight like you should, get it to where it is, jump on, in your sleeping bag, whatever it is, lay how you want to lay. Now, if you come down in here, there's 2 valves. If we pull the bottom one, it's a dump, it's going to let all the air out. But if I pull this little top one off, it's got a little tiny car valve in there, and I can literally just tap it with my finger and let a little tiny bit of air out. And just get it to the point where you get a little bit of air coming out controlled. I'm going, and I don't want to be where my hips hitting the ground, or my shoulders, or if I lay on my front or on my back, but just slowly tune it, because you do need to be sinking into your mattress a little bit. If it's tight and hard, you get that feeling where you're going to slide off and you're fighting it all night, you're laying there hugging it. You want to be able to sink in it like your mattress at home, get yourself comfy, however you like to sleep, and bon voyage. Have a nice kip ready for tomorrow.
So now, a couple of things that are unique, I guess, about the Cedar Summit self-inflating mat range that we do is we are able to make them a lot lighter than a lot of the competition on the market, because we understand that sleeping mats are a pretty competitive space. And to do that, we use a system called foam coring. What that means, you can see in this lovely little graphic here, is we actually cut out a lot of the internal foam of the mat. Now, that does two things. It makes the mat a whole lot more compact, so it rolls down a lot smaller, and that's where you can have something like the Comfort Deluxe at 10 centimetres thick, packed down so small, because we've removed a whole heap of foam from that. But it also makes it a whole lot lighter as well, so more compact, lighter, but also doesn't compromise the warmth or the comfort, so still has a really good night's sleep. Now, you might ask, what do I do with the foam that we cut out of the mats?
Well, there you go. What do you do with the foam you cut out of the mats?
We make our foam core pillows. So these guys are a lightweight,
There you go. How
compact,
cool is that?
rollable up pillow. Packs down to, again, really not very much,
No, it
but
isn't.
is super comfortable. So these guys are a fantastic little upcycle story with the foam we cut out of our mats, pop it into a pillow. So really nice environmental story right there. And these guys, from a car camping perspective, the foam core pillows are the bee's knees. Combination of the deluxe version of that and a Comfort Deluxe mat, you're in for a great night's sleep.
100%.
Absolute treat.
Comfort. Might not go in the hiking pack,
No.
but in the weekend campers pack.
Yeah.
Weekend campers
absolutely.
pack, so we can pair these guys together, and we can pair these guys together, or these guys, whatever it is. Now, we've got a little sample of what that Ethernet is like inside.
Yeah.
One thing, just before we blow it up, you talked about the R value.
Yeah.
Now, you might be able to explain what that bit of foil is under there, what R value is, mate.
Absolutely. So I'm going to very quickly inflate this, which will actually also show off how easy it is to inflate the mat. So all of our air sprung cell mats come with pump sack. It's also a stuff sack as well. To inflate that, you simply blow from a distance, might blow a little more air in that, and roll it down. So it means, although it's an air sprung cell mat, it's still really easy and fast to inflate. So I've just inflated my little demo square here, and I'll talk you through R value and how we get that warmth rating up. So an R value is an insulation level, so it explains how much warmth you get out of your mat. Now, to get warmth into what is really an air mat, we use two products, one of which is called Thermalite. Let's just see that drop down a little bit. One which is called Thermalite. Now, Thermalite is a synthetic fibre that is nice and warm, but also really light and compact. And the second product we use on the inside, which is that lovely silver bit you're seeing, is a product called X-Skin Platinum. Now, what is that? Pretty much works like a space blanket. So in a nutshell, the reflection body heat back at you. So it keeps you nice and warm.
This bit's reflecting heat back up. The other layer is stopping the cold come from underneath.
Correct, bingo. So between that combination of warmth, it gives you that really great R value. Now, R value, what is it? Where does the numbers come from? And what do those numbers correlate to? So, the warmest Cedar Summit mat in our range is our Etherlite Extreme. That has an R value of 6.2, and that's designed for snow, alpine, mountaineering conditions. Not really what you need for most Western Australian conditions. However, on the other end of the scale, we've got sleeping mats that have an R value of about 1, and that's very much a summer weight mat. So if you're looking at an R value of about 3, that's kind of a 3-season mat there. So it's going to give you a good amount of warmth and a good amount of insulation.
All written on the side.
Absolutely. All printed on your packaging.
It's all there, ready to rock and roll.
Yep.
Size and that R value. Now you know what it means. The higher the value, the less cold is going to transfer through the mat into you, ultimately resulting in a bad night's sleep.
Absolutely. So having R value is really important. Now, for all of your top-end sleeping bags that you sell that have their EN testing standards of warmth rating with a comfort and lower limit rating, that's actually relying on you using a good quality sleeping bag. So if you use your great sleeping bag but with a mat that doesn't have a high enough R value, your sleeping bag's actually not going to perform to the level it should. So getting that thermal efficiency rating right when you're picking your mat is really important.
There's lots of pieces to the puzzle.
Lots of pieces
It's not
to
just
the
your
puzzle.
sleeping bag, it's not just your mat, it's not just your pillow. We bring them all together.
And that's why we talk about it as building a sleep system, not just buying a sleeping mat or buying a sleeping bag or a pillow or a liner. It's combining all the products together to get yourself the best night's sleep possible.